Well, the game has made some great strides in recent years, but unfortunately, we still don't have any women coaching roles at AFL level. Peta Searle is a former assistant coach at VFL level, and she joins us tonight. Please make her welcome. Now, Peta, thanks for coming on. Great to see you again.
It's
we haven't forgotten you.
It's been a couple of years, but it's good to be back again.
Now, you've had a long association with the Port Melbourne Football Club, and you've been there for you were there for a few years under Gary Ayres, but you've given it all up. Can you tell us what happened?
Oh, I think, like a lot of people in life, they've got to be able to make a living, and sometimes you've got to make the sacrifices that you need to make to be able to, pay the rent and raise your kids and do what you need to do in life. So I had to return to full-time teaching, and a little bit difficult to manage full-time teaching, working at a VFL club and raising a family. So I've resigned there, and but been happily enough to pick up a gig at St Kevin's Old Boys.
OK. Now, I understand that your contract at Port Melbourne wasn't very much, and there's been some figures touted around like $5,000 for the whole season. That's as much as Doug used to get a game. But is that true?
Oh, look...
Without being too... Well, I am.
Yeah, you're asking a hard question.
Because I'm trying to make a point here.
You are making a point. And look, when I went there my first year, that was what was on offer. Look, the Port Melbourne Football Club did everything that they possibly could to help me out in other areas, and I really appreciate that. But I also knew that going into that, and for that time of my life, that suited it, and that was fine. And given that time again, I would have accepted it as well, because for me it was about the opportunity. It was about working with Gary Ayres. It's about working at that level. So I knew that before I was going into it, but time changes and the situation changes.
Port Melbourne, great that they gave you that opportunity.
Yes.
But $5,000 for an assistant coach, would that be the norm with all VFL assistant coaches?
Look, I know that for that year, for the other assistant coaches, we were all on the same. So it certainly wasn't any gender equity thing or anything like that. All of us were on the same. If the next year it went up a little bit, and probably if I stayed again, it might have gone up a little.